Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today I want to do a video on the United States Custom and Immigration Services, and this video is going to be, and I am no expert on this, I'm just letting people be aware of what's going to happen if they file their visas after the 15th of 2019. And this affects all visas, tourists, all visas. So this video coming up is going to be about that, and I hope you enjoy it. But like I said, I am not an expert, I'm not an attorney, I'm not anything. Please seek attorney, immigration services. There are many free online services that you can actually check out that will help you in making the right decisions on these visas. So I'm saying if you have anything to file, you might file it before the 15th of October, but there are 4 lawsuits being filed right now by many different states. Thank everybody. From Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today I want to talk about United States Custom Immigration Services, USCIS. There are states actually suing for lawsuits for immigration and public charge rule. It actually came about, it's started here this last 2 weeks. So the public charge rule, what they're doing, they're finding that it's not constitutional in a lot of states. So a lot of states are actually suing these. Suing the federal government. Now what's going to happen, all it takes is one of these cases to be admitted and it can put a stop to that. But that does not mean that it will put a stop to it. The federal, what they're saying, October the 15th of 2019, these rules will go in effect. Now these particular lawsuits, there's 4 lawsuits being filed right now across the United States. In some cases, multiple states are actually going in on the lawsuits and filing these suits against the federal government. As the Constitution states, there is no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or poverty within the due process of law. So some of the states have decided to sue on this new ruling. Now, it expands on what they're doing is it gives the feds ability to deny any visa that's either in process or being processed after the deadline date. Now if you get it in before the 15th, you're okay. If you get in and filing for visa after the 15th of 2019, you will have a problem, meaning that the United States Customs agent can actually stop and require you to meet these particular guidelines. If you've actually filed for any kind of support at all during the last few years, and if there is public charge, meaning if you have actually been on some type of welfare or received benefits, rental and things like that. There's many things they look at. So what that means, you change your status. Say you've been there for 3 years and you want to change your status. That's when this new rule will affect you. And it's going to affect everybody that's coming to the United States after and filing, not before, after file of October. Now, these states are actually looking at this. So they're taking a look at the new ruling going into effect, the ability to deny your status in the United States. And it can be denied even if you've been there for a while, such as the new caseworker. So if you get a caseworker that is just having a bad day, it can make your day a bad day. And they can actually deny your application, deny everything, and you can start the process of being deported. So new arrivals will have the biggest impact on the program. New arrivals, new filees will be the new ones that they're really going to look at. Now of course the existing ones, if you change your status, you've been there 2 years and you've got to change your status on your green card, this really will affect you after the 15th of October. All visas will be affected. So first lawsuit was filed by California, Maine, Oregon, Washington, D.C. It was filed in the District Court of San Francisco. And that particular lawsuit said that there will be a lawsuit that is cruel policy that will affect working parents to forego basic necessities such as food, housing, health care, and fear of what they will do. They will lose the ability in their minds, well, we're not going to file for that, because if we file for food stamps or WIC or things like that, we cannot, we might be deported. And in some cases, that's what the lawsuit is saying. So that particular lawsuit, that's lawsuit number 1 that's was filed, And lawsuit number 2 is filed by different organizations, and they all pieced it all together. So Immigrant and Legal Advocacy Group, National Health Center Group, Asian American Advancing Justice Group. Now this lawsuit 2 that they're talking about here is basically they're saying in their lawsuit that it's only wealthy will only benefit and the poor will lose all their benefits. And so that particular lawsuit is actually going to be one that is filed by this particular group. There's actually four attorney groups that's actually filing this lawsuit number 2. Now, something that you really got to think about here then is these suits, and like I said, this one is filed. If all it needs just one of these brought can stop the process for the federal government doing what they need to do on this. Now, the United States Custom Service, the sad thing about this is they're putting all the emphasis on their particular agents, and when you start doing that, there's no guidelines. And when you start doing that, you're gonna find that somebody has a bad day and they just don't like the way you look, or they don't like your glasses. Well, guess what? They're gonna make your day more horrible than theirs. So, and this is not a good thing. Lawsuit number 3, and this particular lawsuit was filed by Washington State and 13 other states: Colorado, Delaware, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, and Rhode Island are filing this particular lawsuit number 3. Now this lawsuit is stating that once this program is initiated and implemented in October the 15th, that they are saying it will take years to undo all that they're going to be doing at this particular time, even if this goes into effect for a small short period of time, because the United States Customs Service is really backlogged on their visas anyway, and their interviews. So there are people waiting for interviews for 6 or 8 months. Some are longer than that. That's been waiting for interviews, and not only that, waiting to get to the next step or next level. So this is something that we really have to really take a close look at. So they're saying it's going to take them a long time to undo what this thing's going to do. So after the 15th, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in here. So if people want, and I would suggest this, if you want to comment and put your comments, and I suggest you write comments on this particular Federal Register that it's doing, and put comments in there and say, I don't believe this rule is right, and voice your opinion. You have an opinion to voice your opinion on this. And they actually look at this. They really, really look at this. Last year this was stopped with 200,000 people saying that this is unlawful, this is not right, this is something, I've been in the military and I have to do this. So military is excluded, people that are on WIC is excluded in this new program. But it still affects all the ones that want to come to the United States and file their visas after the 15th. So it'll affect everybody. It'll affect everybody. I don't care what visa it is, tourist, whatever visa that you have come to the United States, it's going to affect you, because they have new income requirements, and you got to actually fill out what they call a 944 form. And this form, as I understand, it's got other requirements that you have to meet. And it's hard enough filing all the forms it is anyway, much to add another form to it. So in this last lawsuit, this is, like I said, this is lawsuit number 4. Now these lawsuits were filed not all at the same time. They were filed within the last week, and this is up to date as of today, which is Tuesday morning. So this is as of today. Now, this particular one was Connecticut, lawsuit number 4. Connecticut, New York, and Vermont filed a case to the federal government that's stating it will increase more on food, housing. It will cost more in medical, and force all governments to stop and pay it. And what they're saying is people that are actually on this particular that they're filing a lawsuit that the cities and the counties and the government be more responsible to help, because people that are doing this particular suing is saying it's going to put more load on us. because the immigrants are going to say, oh, well, we're not going to file for that particular program, so they're going to have to go to the needy, and it's going to shelters and things like that. So they're stating in Connecticut, New York, Vermont, the new lawsuit is, look out. We're saying we don't want to have any more on public charge. We don't want to have anybody homeless. We don't want to have more in this. Because you doing this, it's going to cause, they will not file for the new programs that they have. And the programs are right to use. You can use a lot of those programs, and a lot of these programs are approved. And some of these programs are not, according to government. So they're saying right now they anticipate that 15 to 35% increase on existing. So that's telling that people that need the help, they won't get it now. They will say, oh man, I could lose my paper, so if I have to do this, I have to do this, I will not file and add, I don't want to have food assistance and things like that. And these programs are actually free. A lot of these programs are free, and it will not hurt you. What they're doing, they're trying to stop a lot of immigrants coming to the United States that are poor, don't have sponsors, that don't have income, and don't have jobs and things like that. And a lot of those people are actually going and getting help from the hospitals and medical and all that. So they're trying to put a stop to it. But what they're doing is they're not realizing that they're hurting the people that are working hard every day and trying to do the very best they can do, that are bringing the Filipinas and the Asian people over from other parts of the world. And because America is land of the free, right? So everybody wants to go there, and it's hurting people that actually have jobs at work that can support, no worries, that can give them insurance, that can actually give them care and dental and all the things. But it's hurting those people, because if they're there now and they got to go do a change of status, all of a sudden they're going to say, uh-oh, we have new requirements we have to meet. And that is the problem. That's the problem. That is the key to the thing. But I'll put the link here of the federal, I'm going to put a link in here of the ruling itself. The actual ruling itself. You can actually read it. It's like 900 pages. I read up to 837. I got tired. But I'm not an attorney. And by the way, I am not an attorney on this. These are just letting everybody know and be aware of what's happening. And I want to thank everybody for watching. And please subscribe and hit like.